Well, welcome to our mindfulness recording for this month. Our topic today is sacred sleep, a precious sacred sleep that we love so dear, and we don't always get. So, we're going to spend a little time today talking about sleep and its benefits. And then, toward the end of our practice today, our mindful practice, we're going to try out a brief um, kind of sleepy time meditation. If you fall asleep, that's great. More power to you. You probably need it. If you don't give up. It's only a shortened opportunity to just try it out, and you would need to give yourself longer than what I'm giving you today in terms of the meditation portion of our time together. So let's just get started. So, finding yourself in a comfortable seated position now, or maybe you're just going to jump right to laying down on a couch or mattress in your room, you're laying on your bed, whatever feels like the right thing to do. So, according to the CDC, and also according to our common sense of how we feel, we know that after a solid night's sleep, we feel so much better than when we have a lousy night's sleep. We just feel groggy. We don't feel like we're on our A game, and we can tell the difference. I imagine that we can all identify, I had a good night's sleep last night. I didn't have a great night's sleep. The recommendation for adults is that we sleep somewhere between 7 and 9 hours. Get good 7 or 9 hours of sleep a night. So I just want to talk about some of the health benefits of having a good night's sleep. Now, some of this may be new to you. A lot of it may be things that you already know, but they bear repeating. So getting enough sleep can help you in a lot of different ways. So, for example, it can help you get sick less frequently. It can help you maintain a healthy weight, partly because your metabolism is stabilized and remains healthy. It can help you reduce stress and improve your mood. We like to be in good moods when we can be, right? It helps with your heart health and metabolism, as we said. It can lower your risk of heart disease, of stroke, of diabetes 2, of high blood pressure. I mean, there are many benefits to getting a good night's sleep, and it's something that um, is important for us to prioritize. Um, there's other benefits, like for example, car crashes. They found that people who are involved in car crashes more often than not have had a bad night's sleep the night before their car crash, or perhaps a few nights leading up to that car crash. Um, you also have improved focus, better able to perform functions of daily living. So it's worth figuring out this sleep business for your well-being. So, how do we improve our sleep habits? And again, some of this may be new to you. Maybe you've tried some of this, maybe you haven't, but um, it's really highly recommended more and more as time goes on. I've been reading more about this, that the consistent sleep, so going to bed at approximately the same time and getting up at approximately the same time. So, if you can work that into your day, it seems to make some benefit for you or create some benefit. Try to keep your room quiet and peaceful and cool. Don't turn the heat way up in your room. You want to keep it cool. It's easier to breathe, better breathing. Cooler heads prevail. I guess that's maybe where that saying comes from. Turn off all electronic devices up to a half an hour, or at least a half an hour before you go to sleep. I'm going to repeat that one. Turn your electronic devices off a half an hour before you go to sleep. So those of us who read Kindles how do we do that? And at the end of this, toward the end of our mindfulness experience today, I'm going to tell you about some apps that you can use to help you with sleep. So I would say don't play games, don't be reading the news, for goodness sakes. It's just creating anxiety for a lot of people these days. So avoid meals and alcohol um, just before bed. You want to try and give yourself a couple hours between dinner and going to sleep. Coffee, you want to avoid coffee in the evening. And for some people, even late into the afternoon, you shouldn't drink coffee because it'll keep you awake at night. So that's kind of a personal body response thing. Exercising regularly and maintaining a healthy diet can also help you with your sleep. Implementing some of these things, even if we know them, can be challenging. So don't overwhelm yourself with trying to do everything at once. Just maybe introduce one idea at a time and see how it goes, and then maybe try a different one, see how it goes. The other thing to think about is the quality of your sleep. So, not only how long you're sleeping, but is the sleep that you're getting of a high quality? So, poor quality sleep can be a result of different kinds of potential problems your body might be going through. So, for example, trouble falling asleep is often um, something that disrupts a lot of our sleep, and you want to try and figure out what that's about. And so, hopefully, as we get into this practice today, you'll get some ideas. Repeatedly waking up during the night. So if you're repeatedly waking up, you want to take a moment. You want to figure out what that's all about. Feeling tired even after you're getting enough sleep might indicate to you that the sleep you're getting is not of a great quality. So maybe there's a sleep disorder going on, and you're going to want to talk to your healthcare professionals about this. Insomnia, restless leg syndrome, sleep apnea, narcolepsy, any of those things can disrupt your sleep. And so you might want to seek some medical help. I find this to be so fascinating. What is it that's going on in our bodies while we're asleep? So we drift off to sleep. We think we're kind of shutting down for the night, but that's when your body just kind of kicks into high gear and is like, oh, thought she'd never go to sleep. Um, your brain does some house cleaning. It sweeps out, organizes all the busyness of your day. In fact, one place I was reading about how they think that's partly how our dreams develop and why they sometimes feel so disjointed is that different ideas throughout your day or maybe a couple days are being swept together into a pile. So we often wake up saying that is the weirdest dream and it doesn't make any sense, but that could be part of the reason why, according to scientists. Your heart rate and your breathing slow down. Your blood pressure drops. That's actually called nocturnal dipping. Your body temperature drops. Your body becomes inert, often not moving at all. And your body pumps out growth hormones. Now, I know you probably aren't getting taller anymore, but you are losing, you're regenerating skin cells and brain cells. And so all of those kinds of regenerating need growth hormones to activate and be successful at their task. So so that is going on while you're sleeping. It regulates hunger hormones so that you don't get hungry during the night. So it's a busy place, that body of yours, when you're resting. And so when you think about all the things that are happening, it it kind of makes sense why you need the amount of sleep that doctors say that we need. So if you're one of those people who struggles to fall asleep or just enjoy kind of a peaceful transition into your sleeping part of your evening, there are a lot of meditation apps out there that you can access that help you drift off to sleep. So you can get a list very similar to the one I got here. There was a New York Times article that listed nine of the more popular sleep apps available. And I'll just mention a few of them. But if you want to get them on your own, you can just Google what are the best sleep apps, and you'll come up with all kinds of lists. So it's easy to find out this information if it's something that's of interest to you. So the one that always pops up, the one I have on my phone, and the one that always pops up as a top app is called Calm. And you can get a free version, or you can pay more and get a paid subscription, and you have access to um, more things, more meditations, and so forth. But they're calming, they're quiet, they're meditative. Some of them are very short, others are a little bit longer. So it kind of depends on what you need and what you're looking for. A free one is called Insight Timer, and they have a pretty extensive library, all kinds of, some of them are up to a half an hour, and they just will take you through, many of them will take you through a guided meditation. Um, Somebody with a really beautiful voice that when you listen to it, it just starts to calm you right away. Um, Headspace is another one that's has some lots of quiet guided sessions that you might really appreciate and you might get a lot out of. Um, those are just sort of the top ones that I recommend, but there's so many out there that you're bound to find something that works for you if you take a little time to do some research, if that's up your alley. So I'd like to spend a few minutes guiding you through a quiet, mindful meditation that would be the beginning, possibly, of one that you might encounter on one of these apps that will guide you toward a restful sleep. So if you're not already in a comfortable position, find yourself in one, whether you're sitting or laying down, that's totally up to you. And just start to close your eyes, or if you're not comfortable with that, just gaze softly off the tip of your nose toward the a focal point that you'll softly focus on, not a hard gaze. And just start to allow yourself to be in this moment right now, not thinking about yesterday and not worrying about tomorrow, but giving yourself this gift of time to just be right here, right now, in this moment. Mindfulness asks us to be in the moment. So turning to your breath, notice whether it's slow or deep. Notice your inhales and your exhales. Notice the support that your body has from the chair or the sofa or the bed that you are resting on. Notice where your body is in contact with that support. Notice the air against your skin. How does it feel? Is it cool? Is it warm? Releasing the busyness of yesterday, today, and the worries or thoughts about tomorrow, coming back to your breath. Notice your breathing. If Your eyes are closed. Do you feel there's some light filtering through your eyelids? Notice the lighting. Notice if you smell any fragrances. In my space, I have an aromatherapy vapor. It smells lovely, kind of earthy and woodsy. Observe your heart rate slowing down. Maybe you equate your breath to the inhale and exhale of a wave coming onto the shore and then pulling out to sea. Just notice your body calming down, quieting for a peaceful, restful sleep. If you feel yourself drifting off, please go there. The rest of us are going to come back into the space where we're sitting or laying down. Start to let your eyes flicker open or refocus your gaze. Notice your heart rate. Notice your body being calm. I hope you got a little sense of what it might be like to use meditation to help you drift off to sleep. And maybe you got a little cat nap just today. Thank you for joining us.